Okay, this is Rich Masabny again, and this is Conversations with Rich, and this is our second segment. We have a mother and daughter team here, and they're both writers. This is the mama, Sharon Swope, and Genilee Swope-Parente. Where'd you get that name, Genilee? From you? Did you give her that
Yes,
name?
I went to school with a girl named Genilee, and my husband went to school with a girl named Genilee, so...
The same girl?
No,
different
they were
girls?
different girls,
That's
different
something.
parts
I
of
never
Michigan.
heard that name before.
And
Jenny and Lee, Grandma and
my
Grandpa.
husband's mother was Jenny, and my stepfather was Lee, so we just put them all together.
Okay. Well, as I said, you're both authors for fictional stories. Behind my back, you were going to put that on camera, I hope. Twist of Fate. And what's the other one?
Wretched Fate.
Wretched Fate. And it's like a series, right?
So
There it is on the screen now. Twist of Fate and Wretched Fate. By, it says F. Sharon, is that right?
That's right.
Okay, F. Sharon Swope. What's the F for?
Well, do I have to
No,
tell?
don't tell us.
Well, I'll tell. It's
Okay,
all right.
go
It
ahead.
was a great-great-grandmother whose first name was Flavia, and her last name was Sharon.
Oh, nice. And I asked before off camera, but why don't you tell us basically what these fictional books are about? Go ahead. Why don't you, daughter, speak up?
Well, it's a series with Sam Osborn, a detective, as the central person in the series. And it's mystery and romance. Two
Any
plots.
sex in it?
We'll get to that eventually.
Oh,
In the
okay.
third book, there's some excitement.
Oh,
First book, second book are a lot of romance
oh.
and a lot of mystery.
A lot of good old-fashioned romance.
When you were a young girl, romance was a thing.
Yeah.
You know, I get a big thrill out of looking at the movies on the TCM, movies of the 30s and 40s, where the gals and the guys are dressed nicely. And I think when you dress nicely, with the tie and everything, you maybe conduct yourself a little differently.
I think so.
It isn't like you see with the very young people, so many of them today, they're slovenly, whatever it is, and the girls are the same way. And I don't know, it doesn't engender respect for each other, you know?
I agree.
I mean, like when I was a kid, and I'm sure you remember those days too, nobody had money in those days, but I remember I always had a jacket and a tie, and that's the way if I wanted to go out with a girl or anything, you dress that way. You put your best Sunday clothes, we used to call it.
And the girls all wore dresses.
Yeah.
Well, and like the old-fashioned movies, in our books, we kind of build the romance as we go. The clients don't know each other. The people don't know each other at the beginning of the books. They fall in love during the course of the books, and that's an old-fashioned love story.
Yeah. I mean, I know sex has been around forever. I just found this out last week.
Okay.
But the point is, you don't have to be so open about it.
No.
You know? Even these people who go on those Jay Leno's and other shows like that, and even before Johnny Carson, that I'm living with somebody. Well, why do I have to know that?
Yeah.
Isn't that something private?
I think so.
I mean, like I said, sex has been going on since we've been born. But the thing is that you don't have to be so blatant about it.
Sometimes it's sexier to be showing less,
Yeah.
than
More.
more.
No, I agree.
We
I
invite
agree.
people to use their imagination as to what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you've been married 65 years?
That's right.
Wow. What do you think's the reason you stayed together so long?
I don't know.
And nobody ever asked you that,
No,
right?
nobody ever asked me
So
that.
give me the answer.
I was determined to stay married. I entered it with the idea that this is for life. And my mother was divorced. And
Oh, she was?
When I was
That
a
was
baby.
rare back then.
Yeah, it was very rare, and I just made up my mind it was never going to happen, and I happened to pick a very good man, so we were lucky.
Where'd you grow up?
Michigan. I grew up in Traverse City, Michigan.
Was that where you got married?
No, we got married out in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, okay.
My parents had moved by that time. My mother and my stepfather.
Where were you born? What city? Where?
I was born in Michigan.
Grand
You were
Rapids.
born in Michigan too.
And spent most of my life in Ohio, growing up.
Do you have kids?
I have one teenager,
Oh,
18 years old, in college.
boy, girl?
Girl.
Girl. You got other kids besides
Yes,
this
I have
one?
3 others. I have my youngest daughter. She's the one that got us started writing. She put out a children's book. She was the one that I hardly got her through high school. You know, she hated school. But now, in her 40s, 50s?
50s, yeah.
She's decided that she wants to write. So she wrote a book called,
Pea and peanut butter,
the pea.
nutrition based.
Who put the pea in
Yeah.
butter? Yeah. And it's for preschoolers. And we thought if she could do it, well, why have I waited all this time?
Right.
So I said, I'm going to write a book. So I was 83 at the time. So I sat down and wrote it.
How old are you now?
86.
Hey, not bad. Really?
Well, and that's part of our story and we've spent a lot of time going around to different senior communities in the area and speaking, trying to encourage people, you're never too late to do what you really want to do. I mean, she was 82 when she got started. All of her kids were shocked. She sat down at the computer and started writing one day. I've always wanted to be a writer, and I'm a freelance writer by profession. So we worked together on these books, but I never knew she wanted to write to books.
Personal note here. I don't know why, but I bet you there have been 20 people over the last 5 years or so who said to me, why don't you write a book? You got such an interesting story of things you've done. And I said, I don't even know how to start to write a book about myself and what I've done. I said, who wants to read it anyway? This isn't a mystery or something like your thing. But anyway, I maybe before I die, maybe
You'd be
you can
surprised.
help me do a book,
Well, and
because I had so many people. I tell a story. I don't want to do it here, but some of you older people. Let me give a phone number here: 703-680-9231, and you've got Sharon Swope right here, the mother, and Genilee Swope-Parente, the daughter. And what a writing team. I'd never had a mother-daughter, any family people together who've written books together.
You see, I write the plot, I write the characters and the conversation, and she dresses it all up pretty for me because I'm not good at description at all.
Oh, really?
But I have these people running through my head all the time, these plots. And
So we get together periodically, mother-daughter lunches, and we discuss how to kill people and
Yeah.
poison them, and it's a lot of fun. And the wait staff at Applebee's knows this very well.
Oh. Which one do you go to, by the way?
The one in Woodbridge.
Oh, in
on Route
Woodbridge.
1.
Okay. That's where you hang out. Because I was just at Applebee the other day with my wife in Falls Church. This is, again, the name of Twisted Fate. And what's the rest of it?
I just moved, didn't I?
That's okay. It's still on.
Okay.
Twisted Fate, and what's the other?
Wretched Fate.
Wretched
Fate.
Fate. All
No,
the books have the word fate in them.
Yeah, okay.
Of those. Then where you have this spring, we have a third book coming out, which is 12 short stories.
Here, it's on the screen.
Yeah,
So are you going to keep writing and writing and writing until you have about 40
Sure,
books or something?
sure.
Well, I don't know. Depends on how long I live.
I'm going to keep her around as long as I
Sure,
can, and that's
sure,
one good way to keep. As long as she's writing, her mind is snapping.
Sure.
I've
and
written
her
the third
mind
one.
snaps
She's
very well.
doing that one, and I'm on the fourth one now.
Really?
So,
And that's a fate too?
yeah,
Yeah.
those are.
It's part of the Sam Osborn Series, and like she said, we have a group of short stories coming out next year as well.
Oh.
That she wrote, and I helped her with them. So
That's terrific.
yeah, we're having a lot of fun.
You don't get in each other, two women, you don't get
Well, see, I'm almost blind. And so when I turn them over to her, I can't read what she writes. I can't read my own books. So
I got you.
So-
I have macular degeneration. So.
Yeah, but that wouldn't keep people from
No, I
hitting
s-
each other over the head and getting sick and tired of each other?
Oh,
you
no,
You never
never,
did that?
no.
Didn't pick up something, hit her over the head?
No,
No.
we have a lot of fun because we go all over and speak to groups and And so it allows us to not only to share this passion that we have for writing fiction, but also share time going and talking to other people and getting out of the house. And because I work from my home, and she's of course retired, and so it allows us to get out and, as a mother-daughter team and meet people. It's a lot of fun.
That's terrific. And that phone number is 703-680-9231. Now, I understand you don't have a website, but you're on Facebook.
We have a blog.
What is the blog?
The combination of our last two names, Swope-Parente.com.
Okay, did you hear that in the control room? Say it again.
It's www.Swope-Parente, all one word.com.
Okay,
So,
okay, very good. So if you want to know more about these Swope people, it's...
these Swope people.
Right. Yeah, so let's see now. And the main character in your book is a detective? And what's his name?
Sam Osborn.
Sam Osborn. Is he based on anybody or just out of your head?
Out of my head.
Tell him a little bit about Sam, Mom. You were telling him before the camera
Well,
started rolling.
Sam is just, I see him as kind of a Columbo, but not all messed up, rather
right,
neat.
Right.
He just takes jobs that he feels like taking, that appeal to him. He likes puzzles. He never carries a gun.
Oh.
He's not.
So it's
He's
not
kind of a
really
laid
violent.
back.
Your
no,
books are not violent?
No, they're not
no
violent
violence
at all.
either. Are you disappointed?
No, I'm tired of violence. I mean, like I was saying in the last segment, I don't know if you were listening or not, but the last segment, if I had my way, I'd stop football, I'd stop hockey, and I'd stop. Can you believe on television today you can see boxing?
Yeah.
That violent sport? I can't believe it. Banging each other's heads and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, I'll tell you, anyway, that's another story. But I like the thought that you got a mother and daughter doing something together. I think that's good for both of you.
Yeah.
You know?
We've enjoyed it.
We could have
It's been
never
great.
predicted we'd be doing this 5 years ago even.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, she was 82 when she got
Yeah,
started with
it's
the
pretty
first
old to
book,
start
but
something.
it takes a long time to get published, and it did not take us very long to get published, so we've been really pleased with the
What does
progress.
Parente, your husband, do?
He's a computer,
Oh, computer guy.
yeah.
You understand computers?
I understand them? No. I work at one, and my son put on I call him my man on the TV that reads back to me. I type it, and then this man will read it back to me.
Oh.
That's the only way I can operate, because I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
see what I've typed.
Can you see my face?
I can see that you have a face, and,
Yeah,
but not too well.
Listen to what she was saying.
What?
Handsome.
Handsome, okay.
Couldn't tell that, huh?
No, darn it. It sounds handsome.
Yeah. Give me that website again, please.
www.Swope-Parente.com.
Okay, you got that in the control room, but you got it out here, and and our phone number. If somebody calls 703-680-9231,
They'll get me.
Get you, and then you can say what a wonderful time you had on this show.
I'll say what a
We
wonderful
You
time I
probably have some
had.
people calling you up, and
Yeah.
they'll say, "How wonderful is the host?" And then what will you say?
He is handsome and wonderful.
What more do you want? With that, I think we can close the segment. If we can get another shot of these two books up here, it'd be good. It'd be good. Can you see those two books again somewhere? Those Fate. What is it?
Twist of Fate.
Yeah, Twist of Fate. Was that the
And
first one?
That's
Yeah.
the first one.
And then Wretched
Fate.
Wow. Hey, thank you, ladies.
Thank
you,
you for
Mom
having
and
us.
daughter,
We-
for coming on.
We've enjoyed it. Thank you.
It's been my pleasure, really.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. This is Rich Masabny, back to the desk, and we're back with more segment. Thank you.
Okay.